Hello there, football fanatics and those just here for the vaguely European snacks. Welcome to UEFA Euro 2024, where the only thing more unpredictable than penalty shootouts is trying to find a decent cappuccino in the stadium. We're diving headfirst into Group B, a group so fiercely competitive it makes a pack of weasels fighting over a rubber chicken look like a friendly game of Parcheesi. Now you might be thinking, CG, why are you comparing elite athletes to weasels? Firstly, because it's my show and I'll do what I want. Secondly, because this group is packed with teams known for their tenacity, tactical nous, and occasional bouts of theatrical dives that would make even the most jaded Italian grandmother blush. We've got former champions, perennial contenders, and a team making their debut appearance. In one corner we have Spain, the reigning tiki-taka titans looking to add another trophy to their collection. In another, Croatia, the crafty veterans still riding high from their 2018 World Cup heroics. In the opposite corner, Italy, the resolute Azzurri, renowned for their defensive mastery and aiming to reclaim their place at the pinnacle of European football. And last, but certainly not least, Albania, the tournament's dark horse, ready to shake things up. Let's kick things off with Spain, shall we? These guys are like the Beyoncé of international football, incredibly talented, ridiculously decorated, and always a threat to drop a performance that'll have you picking your jaw up off the floor. They've won 2 of the last 4 Euro titles, which is basically the football equivalent of winning a lifetime supply of paella. Leading the charge is a squad brimming with young talent and seasoned veterans. They've got midfield maestros who can pass the ball through the eye of a needle, defenders tougher to crack than a bank vault, and forwards who can score goals faster than you can say Sergio Ramos. These guys are good. But even Beyoncé has her off days, right? Spain's recent form has been a tad inconsistent, like a souffle that's threatening to collapse. Still, you'd be a fool to underestimate them. This is Spain we're talking about, a team that can lull you into a false sense of security with their hypnotic passing before striking like a cobra on a sugar rush. Spain's playing style is like watching a perfectly choreographed dance routine. If that dance routine involved aggressively passing a ball around a bunch of sweaty dudes. It's called tiki-taka, and it's all about quick, short passes, relentless movement, and the ability to retain possession like it's a winning lottery ticket. When it works, it's a thing of beauty. Opponents chase shadows, their lungs burning, while Spain effortlessly carves them open with surgical precision. But tiki-taka has its critics. Some say it's too predictable, too sterile, too obsessed with possession for possession's sake. In recent years, Spain has struggled to break down teams that sit back and defend with 11 men behind the ball. So, which Spain will we see at Euro 2024? The unstoppable force that can dismantle any team with their intricate passing triangles? Or the team that stumbles against well-organized defenses and struggles to turn possession into goals? But one thing's for sure, it'll be fascinating to watch. Next up, we've got Croatia, a team that's become synonymous with overachievement, dramatic finishes, and the kind of never-say-die spirit that would make a honey badger proud. They might not have the star power of some of the other teams in the tournament, but what they lack in household names, they more than make up for in grit, determination, and a midfield that's more solid than a Croatian grandmother's strudel recipe. Let's not forget, these are the reigning World Cup runners-up we're talking about. They might have lost to France in the final, but they won the hearts and minds of millions with their passionate displays and their uncanny ability to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. They're led by Luka Modric, a man who defies logic, age, and the laws of physics with his ability to control a football match. Croatia's story is one of resilience, defying the odds and proving that even a relatively small nation can punch well above its weight on the world stage. They've gone from being a plucky underdog to a genuine force to be reckoned with, and they're not showing any signs of slowing down. But here's the thing about being the underdog. It's a lot easier when nobody expects you to win. Now that they've tasted success, the pressure is on to maintain their high standards. The element of surprise is gone, and teams are no longer underestimating them. The big question is, can they handle the pressure of being the hunted rather than the hunter? Can they replicate the form that saw them reach the World Cup final? Or was that just a glorious once-in-a-generation fluke? They've got the experience, the talent, and the unwavering belief that they can compete with anyone. So watch out, Group B, because Croatia is coming in hot, ready to prove that their World Cup run was no fluke. Italy. The land of pizza, pasta, and oh yeah, some of the most iconic footballers to ever grace the planet. These guys are like the godfather of international football, steeped in history, oozing with style, and always capable of delivering a performance that's both breathtakingly brilliant and utterly terrifying. They missed out on the 2022 World Cup, a debacle that sent shockwaves through the country and left fans wondering if their beloved team had lost its mojo. Well, fear not, pasta enthusiasts, because Italy is back, baby. They've got a new manager, a renewed sense of purpose, and a squad that's as hungry for redemption as a starving man is for a giant plate of carbonara. They're still built on the foundations of defensive solidity that's become their trademark. But here's the thing about being really, really good at defending. It doesn't mean much if you can't score goals at the other end. And that's been Italy's Achilles heel in recent years. They've struggled to find the back of the net with the same consistency as their defensive displays. The good news is that Italy has a new generation of attacking talent that's ready to inject some much-needed excitement into their play. They've got pace, they've got trickery, and they've got an eye for goal that's sharper than a Neapolitan tailor's scissors. The big question is, can they find the right balance between their defensive solidity and their attacking flair? Can they rediscover the swagger, the ruthlessness, the sheer bloody-mindedness that made them world champions 4 times over? If Italy can recapture their former glory, Group B will be in for a wild ride. And last but not least, we have Albania, the plucky underdogs of Group B, making their debut appearance at the European Championship like a nervous teenager showing up to their first school dance. They're the new kids on the block, the wild card, the team that nobody quite knows what to expect from. But what I do know is that they're a team with a point to prove. They're here to show the world that they belong on the big stage, that they're not just making up the numbers. They might not have the pedigree of Spain, the experience of Croatia, or the defensive discipline of Italy, but they've got something that none of those teams have, the element of surprise. Nobody expects them to do anything, which means they can play with a freedom and a fearlessness that can be dangerous for even the most seasoned opponents. Albania's strength lies in their unity, their team spirit, and their unwavering belief that they can achieve something special. They're a nation that's no stranger to adversity, and they've channeled that fighting spirit into their football. They might not have the individual brilliance of some of the other teams in the tournament, but they make up for it with their work ethic, their organization, and their willingness to run themselves into the ground for the cause. Their playing style is all about hard work, discipline, and making life as difficult as possible for their opponents. Now, I'm not saying that Albania is going to win the whole tournament, but what I am saying is that they're a team that's capable of causing an upset or two. They're the dark horse, the wild card, the team that nobody knows what to expect. So don't be surprised if you see Albania pulling off a shock result or two. So there you have it, folks. Group B, a group so unpredictable it makes a game of roulette look like a sure thing. You've got former champions, perennial contenders, and a debutante looking to make a splash. It's a recipe for chaos, a recipe for drama, a recipe for the kind of footballing feast that'll have you glued to your screens for the next few weeks. But who will emerge victorious from this battle royale? Who will crumble under the pressure? Who will pull off a shock result that'll have pundits scratching their heads and fans dancing in the streets? This group is tougher to predict than the ending of a Christopher Nolan movie. So, buckle up, grab your snacks, and get ready for the ride. Okay, I know what you're thinking. You want predictions, you crave certainty, you need to know who to put your hard-earned money on. Well, tough luck, because I'm not here to make your life easy. But fine, if you insist on predictions, here are a few wild, completely baseless guesses to tide you over. Spain, with their tiki-taka wizardry and their penchant for tournament success, are the obvious favorites on paper. But they've been looking a bit shaky lately, like a giraffe on roller skates. Don't be surprised if they stumble. Croatia, the perennial overachievers, are more than capable of making another deep run. They've got the experience, the grit, and Luka Modric, who might actually be a wizard disguised as a footballer. Italy, on a mission to reclaim their former glory, are a team nobody wants to face. They're like a sleeping giant that's finally starting to wake up. If they can rediscover their attacking mojo, they could be a real threat. And then there's Albania, the plucky underdogs, ready to shock the world. They might not have the star power of the other teams, but they've got the element of surprise on their side. There you have it, folks. Thanks for watching. Smash that like and subscribe button. It's free, painless, and makes my day.